I want to clear up some misconceptions about AI. Again, this is not a pro-AI video, but there are a lot of talking points that are just getting spouted around which are not true and that people are repeating because they're in a heightened emotional state and they're worried for their well-being. I don't blame them. But misconception number one, AI has to steal to be functional. This is not true. There are plenty of AI models out there that are being trained only on public domain work. The big ones, like ChatGPT, they're stealing like crazy. But there are AI models that are funded, for example, by museums. And they are available for public use. And they only use public domain work. Number two, AI uses so much power that it's an environmental catastrophe. This is just untrue. Usually people citing this are citing the amount of power that is taken by data centers. But those data centers are being used for many more things other than AI. They're hosting websites. They're, unfortunately, crypto mining. And this is provably untrue because you can just download AI models and run them off your graphics card. It'll be slow and kind of wonky, but you could do it. In fact, like well over 10 years ago, I wrote an article for The Escapist, who I was working for at the time, about whether or not AI could generate good magic cards. And I ran a local AI on my machine. My machine, especially 10 years ago, was not capable of destroying the environment. Now again, popular AI models that are run by capitalists who don't give a fuck about anything, they're probably using a ton of energy. But remember, not all AI is a monolith. ChatGPT and OpenAI really do suck and are run by cutthroat capitalists who also suck. There are models out there that are being made with the environment in mind that you can run locally on your home computer. You do need a pretty powerful graphics card, though. Third misconception, the only thing that AI does is steal and replicate art. Of course, this is what the worst of humanity is going to use it for, and they suck. But there are a lot of uses for AI that have been actively helping us, mostly in the medical field. AlphaFold, an AI based off of Google's DeepMind, has rocketed us forward in terms of protein science. It turns out that the pattern-seeking capabilities of AI models are just really good at figuring out how proteins fold upon themselves. And we kind of had a human roadblock there. It took huge groups of humans, like years, just to figure out the folding structure of one or two proteins. Now we've figured out hundreds via the use of AI. In fact, anything that involves pattern recognition, an AI is really good at doing. So for example, our cancer screening science has been rocketed forward via AI. Mount Sinai Hospital has a program in which they train AI to catch cancer symptoms, and it's catching those symptoms faster than doctors can, which is giving patients a much better chance of surviving cancer. The World Bee Project is trying to use AI to figure out how to allow bees to survive. In case you didn't know, bee population has been going down, and that's very bad for the ecosystem. So they're using a large AI model connected up to microphones, sensors, video equipment, so on and so forth, to watch the behavior of bees in response to the changes of their environment. And again, AI is very good at pattern recognition, so they could tell exactly the things that are making the population decline and the things that we as humans can do to grow that population again. And AI has in fact been used as an accessibility tool for the disabled. Not in the way AI bros tell you that it makes art accessible. That's fucking bullshit. But Huawei made an AI app called StorySign, which helps deaf children learn how to read by translating text into sign language. They also created Facing Emotion, which is an app that helps blind people by basically sensing the emotion on someone's face who they're talking to and translating that in a non-visual manner. They also developed Track.ai. This is a diagnostic tool that was able to detect visual impairments at children at a very young age, which would have been very useful for me because I was diagnosed as blind in one eye at a very young age. AI is also being used by the Montreal Institute of Learning Algorithms to combat climate change. They're using AI models to simulate climate change 30, 40, 50 years into the future and figure out what we can do about it, especially, and this is important, if big corporations don't cooperate. And honestly, there are so many more use cases. There are AI models trying to reduce world hunger. There are AI models trying to spot fake news. There are AI models that are being used to combat income inequality. And again, not in the way that AI bros tell you, like, oh, now everyone can write or everyone can draw. That's bullshit. But more, they take the data from cities and see how different districts in those cities differ and figure out the sources of that inequality. It's usually racism, and ways to address that. Now, why am I making this video? Well, there's a reason I'm making this video. The misinformation that people tend to regurgitate about AI is actually spread by large capitalistic AI companies. These talking points like AI can't be used without harming the environment or AI can't be used without stealing, those can be traced back to OpenAI. Wild, right? You may ask, why would they want to do that? And that's very simple. They want to reduce competition. If they make AI a boogeyman and the common person does not use it for anything, then the use cases in which AI can be used to do good don't get funded because every instance ends up being reacted to by public outrage. And AI ends up being a tool only for the most evil people to do the most evil things, which is kind of where we're at now. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and use ChatGPT or like an image generator or anything, but you probably shouldn't. That sort of AI really is harming artists and writers and creatives. And there needs to be regulation put on it. But that's the thing. There needs to be regulation put on. Treating AI like the boogeyman, like the Terminator that's coming to take all of our jobs, that's not going to get it regulated. That's going to result in a whole bunch of people not using it and a whole bunch of rich people with no morals exploiting it. You have to interact, not necessarily use, but interact with the issue to legislate it. Or at least you should. Fucking our government hasn't been good about using the technology that they legislate so far. Now, I can already hear a whole bunch of you going into the comments and writing some massive hate comment about how evil AI is. Stop it. Remember the contents of this video. This is not pro-AI. I am not regurgitating AI bro talking point. I'm combating misinformation. I am not advocating for anyone to use any model that is based off of rampant theft and harm to creative people. I am, however, pushing back against the witch hunt, because there have been a ton of people who have been looking at normal-ass art and saying, this looks like AI, and making it hard for artists who are just trying to, make a living by branding them an AI user, even if they're not, and that's not helping anyone. It feels very much as the only thing that is socially accepted is complete and utter outrage at all forms of AI right now. And that scares me, because that's very angry mob mentality. An angry mob mentality tends to harm the people that they're seeking to help, like these false AI identifications. AI isn't a boogeyman. It's a technology that is currently being exploited by wealthy capitalists to harm people. You should be angry at those wealthy capitalists. You should protest against those capitalists, and you should boycott the products, the AI, of those capitalists. But there have been hate tweets sent to legitimate educational institutions that are using AI in their research. And that's not helping anyone. AI is not a monolith, and it doesn't help us to treat it like a monolith. Direct your righteous anger at the people who deserve it, the people who are exploiting artists and writers and creatives. Because it's not Skynet that's eventually going to take your job, it's fucking Elon Musk. So again, I'm asking you all, let's discuss about this as rationally and nuanced as possible. I am not saying let's all rally behind these generative AI companies that are harming people. I am not saying that. I'm just saying we should stop spewing the misinformation that has been circulated by AI companies. And we should start treating this with the nuance it deserves, or else it's only going to get worse. And now I prepare myself for the hundreds of AI is evil comments made by people who didn't watch or listen to this video and are just looking to direct their anger somewhere, which in this case is going to be me. Oh, actually, I just wanted to say one more thing to cap off this video. The best ways to use AI is for pattern recognition. Don't make AI write for you. Don't make AI draw for you. Don't trust AI search results, and don't make AI do math for you. But if you notice all of these positive uses of AI that I covered, We're all pattern recognition. Use it for that. That's what it's for.